What's going on, my Trainer Club? Today we're going to check out the Eevee, COMM Day, and Pokemon Go top tips. So, welcome to the Trainer Club. Here we go. Welcome back, everybody. Let me know in the comments below. Are you guys excited about August 2021 COMM Day in Pokemon Go? We have another remake, something else coming back. I mean, it's kind of cool because now we have Sylveon. All the Pokemon are basically getting their own unique moveset. It's not just a blast of Last Resort. Even the Last Resort, I do believe, is probably still going to be relatively effective on a lot of these Pokemon. But, I mean, cool. We get shiny Eevees. For anybody that's missed Eevee, Eevee's a home run hit, kind of like Pikachu. It's always going to be kind of popular. So, without further ado, let's get into all the details about the Eevee COMM Day. And if you guys do need a gacha, Trainer Club gacha is in this shop, restocked in the pinned comments below. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So from Friday, August 13th at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, all the way until Monday, August 16th at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, you're gonna be able to evolve Eevee into all the moves that it does get. So we have basically 4 days to do the evolutions, which is really nice. But as far as the COMM days go, it's gonna be on Saturday, the 14th, and Sunday, the 15th, from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m., which is pretty cool. So 4 days for the move, 2 days for the shiny hunting, basically 6 hours each day. So guys, prepare to get a mega ton of shiny Eevees. You're never gonna need another shiny Eevee ever. You're never gonna wanna see one, hear one, look at one. Okay, I'm just kidding. But with that said, let's get into the bonuses. We do have increased wild spawns. We have 1/4 incubator distance, which is always a good thing for Stardust from 12 km X, which we will check out in a tip. And then we are also going to get 3-hour incenses and 3-hour lore modules, which is going to be important here, all the lore modules, because some of the evolutions are demanded to come from the lore modules, right? So you have to have the lore module out to evolve to get some of the Eeveelutions. So there's going to be a lot going on, guys. So with all that said, let's keep going on with the features. The features are going to include each and every one of the evolutions to be able to get a different moveset. So if you want to see how to evolve all the evolutions, you're going to want to check out the video up here. I will go over all of it to help you guys out. So the moves that the Pokemon can get are as follows. So Vaporeon can get Scald, which is going to be a water type move. It's pretty cool because all the typings of the move kind of match and then kind of don't match, and some of them are a little bit favorable, even though a lot of these Pokemon, unfortunately, just like don't sit the best as far as Go Battle League, which is what most of them are relevant in, and a lot of them are not as good in meta rate attackers and other thing like that. Jolteon is gonna get Zap Cannon, which is an electric move, obviously. Flareon is gonna get an interesting one. It's gonna get Super Power, which is a fighting move. Espeon, pretty cool. It's actually gonna get Shadow Ball. So Espeon, being a psychic type, being come out by a lot of different ghost type Pokemon, is pretty cool that now it's gonna get Shadow type, because do remember, Ghost on Ghost is gonna be effective. Umbreon is gonna get Psychic. I'm not really sure that's gonna serve it too well, but it is a really powerful psychic type move because it did get a buff a while ago. Leafeon is gonna get Bullet Seed, which in PvP is a little bit of a faster charging move. Really good right there. Glaceon is gonna get Water Pulse. Sylveon is gonna get Psyshock. And then finally, we have Eevee that is going to be caught with the moveset of Last Resort. During this time, you will not be able to use a regular TM. You need to use an Elite TM to get the moveset on this Pokemon when it is not evolved. And then finally, we're gonna have a little bit more features going on as well, which is pretty cool. We have Sylveon being able to be evolved with only 7 Buddy Hearts instead of the standard 70, which is a big plus for us. There's going to be timed research that's gonna give us a Mossy and a Glacial lore module, which is gonna help us get the Glaceon as well as the Leafeon for evolution purposes. And then there's gonna be a Community Day box for 1,280 coins that's gonna give you 50 Ultra Balls, 5 incenses, and an Elite Charge, and an Elite Fast TM, actually. So for both of those TMs, if you're looking for one of each, it's actually a pretty good value right there. There's gonna be the $1 standard story that's gonna be going on, so honestly, I think it's always worth it. You guys do get a good amount of stuff. And then finally, we get photo bombs that you can get shiny Eevees from those photo bombs. And then if you guys do wanna see the entire Eevee shiny family, you guys can check it out over here. There's a bunch of them that do look pretty cool. So with all that said, guys, without further ado, let's get into the top tips to help you guys stay prepped on the way into this COMM Day in Pokemon Go. So, starting off with tip number 1. Tip number 1 is going to be the items leading into this event. So if you guys are like me, I stocked up on a ton of Ultra Balls for GoFest, and I was able to, you know, I was playing at the same time, had a bunch of great balls as well, so I actually have a lot of ball count right now. So as far as the ball count goes, obviously we're gonna be in 2 days, so you wanna catch as many Eevees as possible. Remember, the Eevee XL candy, guys, please try to get to level 40 by this time because you wanna get the Eevee XL candy. catching all these Eevees. If there's any of them that you do want to power up to level 50, 296 per Eevee to be able to power it up all the way to level 50. So I just want to make sure that you guys are aware of that. So thinking that you may want to slack off, and then at some point maybe you're like, oh, I want to XL a Glaceon and a Leafeon, you need that 296 XL candy. So don't take this day lightly that, oh, it's just Eevee, it could come back anytime. So make sure to get as many balls as possible. I would say probably a combination of about 1,200 Ultra and Great Balls for the entire 2 days to help you guys max out fully. And then as far as the items go, during this time, you guys are going to want to have basically 4 incenses to help you out. Incubators are going to be the biggest thing right now. So if you're going for the quarter, obviously I'm going to suggest that you guys have 12 kilometer eggs going right in and that you hatch them all right then, because that's going to be about 100,000 Stardust on a star piece. So I would say a couple star pieces day 1, and then on day 2 trying to get, after the event is over and during the event on the Eevee, as many 12 kilometer eggs as possible, so that on day 2 you can go in with some more 12 kilometer eggs and get even more Stardust. Even if it's just 1, 2, or 3 on a star piece, it's still going to be worth it, because that could be 30,000 Stardust. And then finally, I always suggest you guys to clear out your bags as much as possible. Obviously, we had Go Fest. Don't let that keep running over for the rest of the year. Try to get your bag down as much as possible. I always suggest having 30% of your bag available, which is really, really effective to go forward with. So with all that said, that's going to be getting you guys ready and prep for tip number 1. Now we're going to get on to tip number 2. Tip number 2 is going to be looking at some of the PvP stats for the Pokemon that you might be after, because Eevees are still spawning out there. Obviously, we have the unlock bonus week number 1, which is going to populate most of the spawns, but at the same time, I want to make sure that you guys at least know the Umbreon PvP stats. So Umbreon is going to be ranked 32 in the Great League. If you want to check it out over here, if you want to see the moves, it has Last Resort in there right now. I'm curious to see if it's going to switch over. 100% Ivy is going to be a 0-15-15 at level 27.5. And then as far as the Ultra League, it's going to be best buddied, maxed out all 15s for you guys there as well. So trying to get 100% IV, save it for an Umbreon. Having Psychic on it might be a unique combination that would be pretty cool. And then as far as the other evolutions, a lot of them are really not ranked very good in the Great League or the Ultra League. But we do have Sylveon that's actually going to be ranked 38 in the Master League Classic. And then we have Glaceon in regular Master League with the XL is going to be ranked 48. So those are going to be 100% IV Eevees that I would suggest that you guys have just to have that second moveset on it. And then obviously during this event time, it's going to be great. So with all that said, guys, let's just go over quickly in tip number 3. Tip number 3 is going to be the evolutions that we did talk about. If you guys do want to see the complete breakdown of all of them up here, you guys can. You have a nickname to go over each and every one. If you want the nicknames, please check out that video. But if you've already used the nicknames, remember, Flareon, Vaporeon, Jolteon are all going to be random evolutions. You can't do it more than just one nickname. You only get one shot. So those are random for you guys. So you're going to have a couple Eevees to try to get if you're trying to get one of those shinies. And if you have a PvP stat for like a Jolteon, you've already used the nickname. Unfortunately, you're out of luck. You're going to have to randomly evolve it and hopefully get it. Then we're going to go into the Espeon as well as the Umbreons. You're going to walk your buddy 10 kilometers. And then with that Pokemon as your buddy, you pick it at nighttime for the evolution. When the game is nighttime, that's going to give you an Umbreon, and during the daytime, it's going to give you an Espeon. You can guarantee get those if you do practice that. So you can start walking those Eevees right now if you have them and you know you're going to evolve them. And then we have the Leafeon and Glaceon. Leafeon is going to come from the Mossy Lure module. Being close to that, you're going to evolve it. Glaceon is going to be able to come from the Glacial Lure module. And then finally, Sylveon is 70 hearts. Like they did say that during the event space, which is going to be 4 days, you're only going to have to earn 7 hearts. So for that time, that's going to be when I am going to evolve my first ever Sylveon in Pokemon Go. And then finally, one more thing I want to suggest for you guys. Do not forget about gym coins. Gym, every single day, 50 coins, is going to help you purchase premium lure modules to put more of the Glacial and the Mossy lure modules out for all of you guys. So I wouldn't say to put all of those everywhere. 1, 2, 3 is just enough from a couple people. Granted, they do spawn more frequently, but they are also going to have a slightly competing lure module capacity with Eevee, as well as whatever typing that lure module is going to be. So Eevee is going to be a normal type, so it's not going to be spawning from either of those 2 lure modules. So regular lure modules are going to be the best, especially if you're in a little bit bigger of a loop. It's going to help you not waste a lot of those spawns for premium prices. So guys, Eevee is coming to COMM Day in Pokemon Go. I want to make sure you're prepped and ready. Just focus on the balls right now. plenty of time to catch a lot of Eevees during that time frame, and then save any of the good ones that you guys do have before you evolve to get there. And then if you guys do want to start prepping and walking your Espeon as well as your Umbreon, you can do that now, 10 kilometers, and then save it until those days, and then you can evolve it pretty easily. So with all that said, guys, appreciate you guys being here as always. Likers, commenters, subscribers, Patreon members. Everybody takes their support, subscription, and participation to the next level. And see you guys out in the next video. Peace. I want to take this time to thank everybody who supports me in every facet. It means the world to me, and an extra special thank you to all my Patreons. I greatly appreciate the extra support to continue to allow me to pursue Pokemon Go full time, allowing me to create my daily video uploads in the most timely fashion for everyone's benefit. Plus, I get the amazing experience of sharing my creative processes behind the scenes and raiding all around the globe with select upper tiers. Thank you everybody for being a part of the Trainer Club. You all mean the absolute world to me, and I will see you guys out on the next video.